It has been nearly 50 years since the Jeffersons first aired on television. Where have these talented and lovable stars been for the last 5 decades? Let's find out. Sherman played George Jefferson on the show. He was born in 1938 to a single mother working in a lamp factory in South Philadelphia. He attended school as normal, but in the 10th grade, he decided to drop out and join the military. He joined the Air Force and served for 4 years. Once he had completed his service, he decided that he was going to dedicate more of his life to his passion for being on stage. For years on end, he worked in the postal office during the day and attended dramatic arts night classes in the evening. Once he moved to New York, he continued this setup, but instead, he would perform shows at night while working at the post office during daylight hours. He passed away on July 24, 2012, at the age of 74. He had a mass in his lungs, and he was encouraged to get chemotherapy to help get rid of it. However, he never ended up receiving any chemo treatment, and the state of his health worsened over time. Soon after he passed, his estate was left to Flora Etchington. When the funeral proceedings were meant to begin, a man named Richard Thornton came out of the woodwork to claim that he was Sherman's brother and wanted to contest the will. While this legal fight was going on, Sherman's body was left unburied for months. Eventually, Richard stepped down and Sherman was finally able to get an honorable and dignified military funeral. Franklin Cover played Tom Willis, one of the first characters on American television to portray an interracial marriage. Franklin was born in Cleveland, Ohio in the year 1938. He attended Case Western Reserve University to receive a Master of Arts in Theater in 1955. He started his career in stage acting in classical plays like Hamlet and 40 Carats. Over the years, he made appearances in Stepford Wives and A Woman Called Golda, but his career was mostly calm and not filled with very much excitement or action. Franklin passed away on February 5, 2006, at the Lillian Booth Actors Home. He recently suffered from a heart condition and was sent there in December of 2005 to be taken care of while he healed. Unfortunately, he developed pneumonia and passed away 2 months later. The other half of the couple is Helen Willis, played by Roxy Roker. Roxy was born on the 28th of August 1929 in Miami. Her mother was a domestic worker and her father was a porter. She studied drama at Howard University, and with government funding, she started a troupe with some of her college classmates. They toured Norway in 1949 as the Howard Players. After her time at university and the tour, she established herself as a talented stage actress through the Negro Ensemble Company. In 1974, she won an Obie Award for her role in The River Niger as Maddie Williams. Roxy married Cy Kravitz and had an interracial marriage just like the character she played on The Jeffersons. They had a son named Lenny Kravitz in 1964, who went on to become the singer-songwriter Hollywood legend we know today. Roxy developed breast cancer in her early 60s. After a long fight against the disease, she passed away on December 2, 1995. Paul was born in Silver City, New Mexico, to Alma Marie and Mitchell M. Alma. His mother was a journalist and his father was a doctor. He went to high school and then decided after graduating that he wanted to serve in the military. He joined the U.S. Marine Corps in 1956 and served for 6 years. He graduated from Suffolk University and joined the Theater Company of Boston. Soon after, Norman Lear cast him as a Zen Buddhist in Cold Turkey. He went on to work with Norman Lear on many of his other projects. One of those projects happened to be The Jeffersons. Some people may think he has an unusual look about him, but his facial structure makes him seem uncanny and kind to most people, and he always has a bright smile on his face. When Paul was in a theatrical production, an endocrinologist noticed his unique facial features and diagnosed him with acromegaly, which is just a fancy way of saying that he has a disease that results in certain parts of his body growing more than they should normally. Paul passed away alone in his home in 2008. He suffered a brain hemorrhage and collapsed. In 2009, his memory was honored with a posthumous Elliot Norton Award for his impressive acting career. Enjoying the video? Click the subscribe button and notification bell and you'll never miss out on more about the greatest Black Hollywood legends who ever did it. Mike was majoring in drama but had no acting experience whatsoever. All he knew was that he wanted to act. He was born on November 3, 1949, in Salisbury. Evans' first notable acting role was in the groundbreaking television series Good Times, where he portrayed the character Lionel Jefferson, the son of George and Louise Jefferson's neighbors, Tom and Helen Willis. His portrayal of Lionel as a young activist and college student resonated with audiences, leading to the character's transition to the Jeffersons. There's a rumor that Mike threatened to leave the Good Times if he didn't get more screen time. Jimmy Walker claims that this was true, and he witnessed it himself. He left to focus on his own life, and he soon returned for the last seasons and to continue in the Jeffersons. He hasn't been active in the acting industry since 1985. Damon Evans played Lionel Jefferson. He was born on November 24, 1949, in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. His first notable acting role was in the 1970 film The Grasshopper. However, he gained widespread recognition for his portrayal of Lionel Jefferson, the son of George and Louise Jefferson. Damon Evans was cast in The Jeffersons in 1975, replacing actor Mike Evans, who originated the role of Lionel. Damon Evans has continued to work in the entertainment industry, primarily as an actor and singer. His last acting credit on record dates back to 2000. Since then, he hasn't done any notable roles in television. Zara Cully portrayed Olivia, Mother Jefferson on The Jeffersons. She was born on January 26, 1892, in Worcester, Massachusetts, USA. In 1964, she appeared in the film The Cardinal, and soon after she appeared in various other television shows in small, non-recurring roles. Zara Cully passed away on February 28, 1978, at the age of 86. She suffered from lung cancer, and the treatment was not developed enough to help her fight her condition effectively. She left behind a legacy of memorable performances and contributions to the entertainment industry. She was posthumously awarded a NAACP Special Image Award, and the entire cast, including the show creator Norman Lear, attended her funeral. Isabel was born on August 29, 1917, to her mother Eloise and her father James. She was the youngest of 7 children, and she was the only child who survived beyond infancy. Her parents had experienced a lot of heartache by the time she was born and had become devoutly religious. Isabel attended church every week and sometimes on weekdays. In New York, the Apollo Theater was where you went when you wanted people to decide if you had talent or not. Her mother believed that acting was immoral and would lead her astray. Isabel decided to take a chance on her dreams and perform at the theater and local clubs anyway, despite promising her mother that she wouldn't. She was a success and decided after graduating high school that she would follow her dreams regardless of her mother's dismissal. She joined the Negro Theater and made her debut in 1946, acting in On Strives Row. Isabel is one of the most decorated cast members of the show. She had 13 nominations for her lead actress role in The Jeffersons, 2 of which she won. Isabel had surgery on her carotid artery in 2003. This was meant to be a preventative procedure, but the side effects soon began to affect her health. Over time, she got worse and had to be hospitalized and placed under constant care. Although the surgery was meant to be safe, she passed away soon afterward at the age of 86. People don't believe that her death was related to the surgery, as her publicist claimed that it was instead a result of natural causes. No one was found culpable. She was later given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She was born on November 4, 1949, in Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Tolbert's first notable acting role was on the Broadway stage in the 1968 production of The Me Nobody Knows. Her performance garnered attention, leading to opportunities in television and film. Tolbert was cast on The Jeffersons, after appearing in a guest role on the show's predecessor, All in the Family. Her character, Jenny Willis, the daughter of Tom and Helen Willis, quickly became a fan favorite. Belinda's last credited role was in 2011 for a film named Last Ride on the Midwest Pacific. She hasn't done any credited acting roles since, and she has likely retired from the acting industry. After all the heavy lifting she did on the show, she deserves a break. Jay Hammer was born on June 16, 1947, in Great Falls, Montana, USA. His first known acting role was in the 1981 television movie The Killing of Randy Webster, where he portrayed the character Jack West. However, he gained recognition for his role as Alan Willis on The Jeffersons. Jay Hammer's casting on The Jeffersons came about when the producers were looking to introduce a new character to the show. He auditioned for the role of Alan Willis and impressed the casting directors with his performance, ultimately securing the part. Hammer's character, Alan Willis, was introduced in the 4th season of the show and became a recurring character throughout its run. He abruptly stopped acting in 2009 and hasn't returned to the industry since. Ernest was born November 25, 1952, in Detroit, Michigan. He made his first appearance on television in 3 Days at the Condor as a teenager. Not much is known about how exactly he came about being our Marcus Henderson, but we appreciate him nonetheless. In his time since The Jeffersons, he's made iconic appearances in films like White Men Can't Jump, which was a 90s comedy film on par with Friday. He most recently played Eric Johnson in the 2023 film Bonded. Click on this next video and find out where the timeless legends of Golden Age Black Hollywood have been hiding all these years.